Drivers across the country will soon get discounts on new electric car models under a new government scheme that's worth a total of £650 million.
Yes, the Department for Transport says this will put more money back into working people's pockets, but some say the discounts will still leave buyers footing a large part of the bill. We are joined now by Future of Roads Minister Lillian Greenwood. Good morning to you.
Morning.
Thank you for being with us this morning. I mean, there are questions, aren't there? Is this the right focus for public money, subsidising electric cars? Obviously, you've got this target that you want to get to encourage more people to buy them, but do people actually want them in the numbers that you're hoping will take them up?
Well, we know that people want to make the switch to an electric vehicle, but they're worried about the upfront cost and they want to be sure that they're going to be able to charge it easily and conveniently. We know that electric vehicles cost a bit more than diesel and petrol vehicles, and that's why we're offering this discount, which starts tomorrow, up to £3,750 off the price of a new electric vehicle. It's targeted at the lower end of the electric vehicle market, so available for those cars that retail for £37,000 or less. Obviously, electric vehicles are cheaper to operate. You can save £1,500 a year if you're driving an electric vehicle. If you're able to charge at home, you can get about for as little as 2p a mile, which means you could drive all the way from London to Birmingham for around £2.50. But we know that upfront cost is an issue, and that's precisely why we're giving this, offering this discount in order to enable more people to be able to afford to make that switch.
It's not just the upfront cost, though, is it? It's the charging infrastructure as well, and I know that you are putting money into sorting it out too, but you've got a long way to go to be able to fix the charging infrastructure, not only up and down the country. We know that only 15% of the charging points are in rural areas, for example. There's a lot of work to be done there. People have range anxiety. They'll go to charge their car. There might be a big queue. There's a lot of work to be done there so that people have the confidence that when they do get a car, they're going to be able to use them for the journeys that they want to use them. And also, not everyone has a situation where they can have a drive, park their car right outside, charge it on their doorstep, do they? There are a lot of barriers still to be overcome with this.
That's absolutely right, Charlotte. We're addressing both things, both the upfront cost and the need to make charging easy and convenient. So let me just deal with the different bits of it. So about 70% of people do have a driveway, and obviously being able to charge at home on your drive is the simplest and easy way to do it. And lots of people, they just use their car to drive to work and back, to drop the kids at school, to go to the local shops. They might only need to charge once a week, once a fortnight at home. But you want to feel confident that if you're going away on holiday or off to visit friends or family, that you're able to charge when you're out and about as well. There are now 82,000 chargers across the country. That's up by about 30% in the last year. There's 16,000 rapid chargers, including on the motorway network. But we're working with every single local authority in England to roll out more of those on-street chargers. We reckon about 100,000 are going to be rolled out in this Parliament, and we're supporting that. Obviously, I recognise that not everybody does have a driveway. Lots of people, can park on the street outside their house but don't have a drive. And that's why at the weekend we announced this cross-pavement parking grant. So, again, local authorities across England getting a share of a £25 million fund to increase the use of cross-pavement gullies, so that rather than have cables trailing across the pavement, I'm sure we've all seen that occasionally, is you can install a gully in the pavement so it stays smooth, but you can run the charging cable, as I say, through a gully. We want to see more of that so that people who live in terraced houses, they can also benefit from the low-cost charging you can get from a domestic tariff. And I'm sure you've seen, increasingly supermarkets, restaurants, pubs having charge points available to use in the car park, so that people can kind of fit in charging with their daily lives while they're doing the shopping, while they're enjoying a meal out with family and friends, when they're going off on their holidays. These are the things that people need to know. If they're going to feel confident to make the switch, they've got to know you can charge your car wherever you're going.
Can I ask, do you have an electric car?
I don't at the moment. Our family car is a hybrid, but I've persuaded my husband when he gets a new car, we are going to get an electric one. And part of that was saying, look, how the numbers of charge points have increased in recent years. And I think lots of people are in that position.
The thing is, though, sorry to interrupt, but it's just, you
Sure.
know, you're here sort of telling people to get electric cars. Heidi Alexander, the Transport Secretary, she doesn't either. It just seems, I think, people might be thinking, well, hold on. The government ministers are here encouraging us to buy electric cars when they don't have them themselves.
Well, look, no, I haven't bought a car for a very long time. People don't change, you know, I'm not changing our car all the time. The Transport Secretary explained that she bought her car 6 years ago. Obviously, we were in a very different position a few years ago. But I think people are now, what we want people to feel confident is actually, you know, the charge point network has increased a great deal. The cost of electric cars is coming down. The gap between the cost of an electric car and the cost of a petrol or diesel car is coming down. And this grant that we're announcing today is about closing that gap, about making it more affordable so people can afford that upfront cost so that they can then benefit from the lower cost of running one of these electric vehicles.
Okay.
And I think, you know, people across the country are probably in the same position of us, is that maybe not have an electric car now, but when they're looking to change their car, what we're saying is, you know, have a look at electric, whether you're buying a new car or a second-hand car, it can be a really good opportunity to make that switch.
One more quick question about this, and I just want to briefly talk about taxes.
Yeah.
Take your point completely about local shopping trips, and you're quite right. Some people only use their cars for short journeys, and that therefore doesn't present them with range anxiety. You talked a lot about improving the infrastructure across the country. Just a simple question. When do you think, as a government, we will turn the corner and people like me who make many long journeys, and I would have range anxiety at the moment if I had an electric car, when do you think people like me who make regular long journeys will be able to feel confident that we can recharge quickly? We don't have to wait 2 hours because there's a queue to use the chargers at the motorway service station, and that the chargers will work, and that the plugs are now uniform and they're not different spec, which they are at the moment. When will we turn that corner? 2 years, 5 years, 10 years?
Well, I think we're already turning that corner, Richard. We're seeing more. The numbers of charge points on the strategic road network on our motorways, that's quadrupled in the last 4 years. Obviously, we've got the public charge point regulations in now, which says that they have to be available 97% of the time, so charge point providers should be making sure that they are available, that they're not out of order. But I absolutely recognise the point that you make, and people do need to feel confident that there are chargers out there and they're going to be available when they need them. One of the things that we announced at the weekend is improving the signage, because increasingly we are seeing EV charging hubs set up that don't have petrol and diesel. They are just electric vehicle charging hubs. And until recently, they haven't been able to, or until now, they haven't been able to put signage out on the network. If you've got an electric vehicle, you're probably looking on an app and you can see the range of charge points that are out there. Mm-hmm. But if you're in that position of thinking, could I make a switch? When you start to see more of those signs out on the road network, showing you where those EV charging hubs are, I think that will be part of what gives people the confidence to switch.
So, you speak with a lot of passion about it, and it's clearly work in progress. Thank you for that. Now, look, yesterday at this point in the programme, we talked about manifesto pledges and policy U-turns, and you, the government, quite rightly say that you haven't broken manifesto pledges, but, of course, you have changed policies, such as the winter fuel allowance. Now, ahead of Rachel Reeves' speech tonight, the Chancellor, where she's expected to ease rules for first-time buyers, I have to ask you this. Can viewers at home be confident that she won't go back on her word not to increase taxes? Because that's been the big discussion point this week. Will she stick to her word, and will people's income taxes stay as they are?
Well, look, I'm not going to speculate on what Rachel Reeves is going to do at the next budget. You wouldn't expect me to do that. But we made a very clear promise in the run-up to the general election that we wouldn't increase the rate of income tax, we wouldn't put up employees' national insurance contributions, and we wouldn't put up VAT. And we've stuck to those promises. Obviously, at the last budget, we did make some unpopular decisions. We extended VAT to private school fees, but that was to pay for the rollout of free breakfast clubs in our primary schools, putting an extra 500,000 children, allowing them to get free school meals. These are the sort of choices that we've had to make, obviously bringing non-DOMs into the tax system, making sure they're paying their fair share. But we are really clear that we want to protect ordinary working people from the cost of living and from tax increases, and that's what I anticipate that Rachel Reeves will be doing when she comes to the next budget.
Okie doke. Thank you very much for your
Really
time this morning, and good luck with your lecky vehicle when you get it. And I hope you don't suffer from range anxiety. Nice to talk to you.